YouTube, welcome back to another ROMZ video, and today we got another reaction video reacting to, as you guys can see the title, we reacted to Tags again, and it's the UK biggest TikTok rapper, aka Stepz. If you guys don't know who Stepz is, you guys will see in a minute. I think Tags will explain who he is and all that type of stuff as well, but the whole context of me obviously reacting to this because he used to be, as I said, he used to be a rapper, as I said, the title, but also used to be like a TikTok influencer that was like doing like funny videos and all that type of stuff as well. I'm sure you guys have seen on TikTok all that type of stuff as well. And now he's turned into a Christian preacher, and I've seen a couple of clips of what he's been doing, and I can't lie, what he's been doing in terms of like, he's bashing other religions, like, you know, like Muslims and all that type of stuff as well. I don't agree with that personally for me. So as I said, this is trending at the moment. We're going to be trending all these type of different topics that we are doing at the moment. And yeah, before we get into the video, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. And as I said, let's get straight into it.
So this UK rapper / TikToker was the most viewed UK artist in 2022, beating out Ed Sheeran. He is probably one of the most known UK TikTokers. The guy has done his thing. But now it looks like he's taken a new direction, and he's now even making gospel music, and on his TikTok he's constantly preaching about Jesus Christ, which is a good thing. You cannot fault the man for preaching what he believes.
This guy's slick as well. You see what he, bro, why are these things? You guys see he's slick as well. As soon as he mentioned Jesus Christ, put the little chain with the cross on, man, in the day, man. But yeah, that's cold. But yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, as I said, like, what he's doing in terms of, you know, transition. Because a lot of people, like, you've seen, like, Gideon doing all that type of stuff. So a lot of people say, oh, he's fell off to the down, all this type of stuff. Like, at the end of the day, he's doing it for a greater good. At the end of the day, like, he's preaching his religion. You know, everyone has free will to do whatever they want. It's not always about the money. It's not always about doing, like, degenerate content all the time. If you also take the path of going into, like, you know, Christian content, all that type of stuff, so there's nothing wrong with it. You know, there's a lot of people who are successful doing it at the end of the day. It's not always about money and all that type of stuff. It could be your own personality and shit. Bro, why the fuck just keep coming up? Alright, let's get back.
Received a little bit of backlash on TikTok from the way he's been presenting his ideas, which is understandable because religion is a touchy subject, you know what I mean? You're always going to annoy people if you're a certain religion because everybody believes that, you know what I'm saying, guys? I've always said debating religion is a waste of time. Started off as a TikToker and has transitioned into a successful artist to the point where he was doing better with music than he was on TikTok in recent times, if I'm correct, if I can remember. Today we're going to be talking about Stepz, my people, so leave a like on the video, guys. Thank you very much. So here is Stepz' Spotify. As you guys can see, he's had a few big songs, his biggest song being Rock, which was pretty recent.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys seen this as well. Like, this used to be everywhere in people's feed, like, especially this song as well. So, and the day, man, people making the music, people doing their thing, man. Yeah.
Dropped that in late 2024.
Late 2024 as well, man. It felt like yesterday, to be fair, I'll be honest. So it's almost been a year.
Song went absolutely off on TikTok, and I think it's showing his growth into an artist. Got 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is not a joke. Because if we take a look at Cairo Keys' Spotify, artist who's set to take over summer right now, who's doing his thing, and who recently gave me a cameo in his Central C diss track. I'm not sure when you guys are going to see this video because I'm on a break right now, but the day I'm recording this video is the day after he gave me that cameo. So today we're going to do a live stream before I get on my flight, because I was meant to fly out yesterday and my flight got cancelled. So I'm just like, oh my God, I've got to make another video today because I had to post it. You know what I'm saying, guys? All because of what's going on out there, man. In 2022, ITV made an article about Stepz saying London rapper Stepz sees off Ed Sheeran to become TikTok 2020.
That's actually mad that he sees off Ed Sheeran. I didn't even know that. That's actually crazy. Ed Sheeran, you know, that's not a joke.
Who's most viewed UK artist. Shout out to Fizzler, he collabed with Fizzler there.
And finally, TikTok have named their most viewed artist for 2022. With nearly 3 million followers, Croydon rapper and comedian Stepz has taken the top spot, as Barbara Holmes now reports.
His unique sense of humour that his 2.8 million followers love.
Why are you sitting in the seat, bro? Look how many seats there on the bus, bro.
And of course his music.
You know that TikTok's absolute facts, man. Like, I'm sure you guys seen as well. I went back to school and all that type of stuff. There's this one old guy, like, there was so many seats, and the double deck. I'm surprised even, bro. And this could be very, very fucked up, but yo, Like when I see old people get on the second floor or stuff like that, I'm like, bro, like, how do you have the energy for that? Well, that's what I'm saying, man. And not only that, you're literally gonna sit right next to me, and then you have a conversation about, yeah, you know what? I used to be a boxer. Oh, what's the time? And you have nonsense, and you have like AirPods in your ears. Do they not give you the hint? Like, yo, like I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm just trying to listen to my tunes or listen to a podcast, whatever I'm listening to, and keep it pushing, and just go through my day, man, bro. But they're like, I mean, at the end of the day, I do feel sorry for them because maybe they're all lonely, but at the same time it's kind of like, bro, like, I don't want to be spoken to, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to get copyrighted, but that whole format of like putting the camera in people's face, like it was Stepz and JTA that kind of popularized that from my memory. Shout out to JTA as well. We did a podcast with him a few years ago.
Ed Sheeran, that is nuts. Yeah, like I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. Like it's crazy.
Stepz thinks his upbringing in Croydon feels...
Big up Stepz, man. I love how he said that at the end.
Maybe where I come up from, it's a different comedy to what people normally see. Do you get it? Because I'm not from a normal area. If I never grew up in Croydon, I would never be the person I am today. I personally feel like even if I didn't go to the same secondary school or the same primary schools I went to, I wouldn't be here.
You know what it is? Like, about all this stuff as well, like, big ups to Stepz, like, what he's doing and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, we might disagree with him at the moment, but he still, like, worked hard for where he is and stuff like that. Like, it's so possible, like, to become, like, actual, like, successful and make money and stuff like that. Like, and the influence of people trying to do TikTok and all that type of stuff, it's actually a blessing. Like, people need to take for granted that we live in a time where it's such a good opportunity to make money, because at the end of the day, the next 10 to 20 years, I feel like these opportunities will go and then new stuff will come in and it'll be a bit more difficult to become successful. So the time that we're doing for us, like, you know, content creators, you know, people doing TikTok and all that type of stuff. And if any of you guys are struggling, like, you guys want to make content, but you're too scared of the backlash, you're too scared to do it. I was in that position, right? And I was in a position, I'm just talking to this like I'm successful, right? When I'm not, but you get the picture, like, honestly, like, whatever you want to do, like, if you want to create content or want to do anything, just start, because you never know. Like, this, like, Stepz is just a regular guy that was born in London, in Croydon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy could have been a roadman, this guy could be selling drugs, but in reality, TikTok has made him who he is today. You know what I mean? And that's just him being himself, and it's actually such a beautiful thing. Like, for people that, you know what, they might be normalized, or you know, maybe 10-20 years ago they might be on the road, but now, since that TikTok and social media is a thing now, people are actually creating content and becoming more, having a better mindset and stuff like that. So that's what we love to see, man. That is what we love to see, and it's such a good opportunity, right, guys, to become successful of social media, man.
Why is he sitting in 4 seats and that? You're by yourself, bro. You're by yourself. There's literally 2 seats right here.
Hold on, I feel like quality is too high. I think that's the reason why. It's 720p, we'll leave it like that.
Can you not see the 2 seats, bro?
With over 100 million likes on TikTok, many people clearly appreciate his musical and comedic skills. His greatest talents might lie with his business and brand savviness.
Dance videos would get like a little bit lower views than a comedy video. When I do comedy, it'll go off on Instagram. So really and truly, I didn't start comedy because I found it fun at first. I started comedy because, like, I wanted it to, like, help with my music, and that's what happened, innit?
With such a successful year behind him, he's looking forward to stepping into 2023. Barbara Holmes, ITV News.
Yeah, so as Stepz said there, music was his passion. Like, he would make music, dancing videos, and he used the comedy as a stepping stone, and he did that successfully executed the vision. Well, after this, Stepz continued what he was doing, kept doing the music thing, and as I showed you guys earlier on in the video, in late 2024, he got his biggest song yet with Rock, and he's now on 3.5 million followers on TikTok. But if we scroll down, we need to find where he started posting about Jesus, because all of his TikToks now is God saved me, you know, him holding the Bible. And before he transitioned, his views, don't get twisted, these are still crazy views, even for TikTok, you know, because TikTok, he posts so much more. And when he does his comedy videos, he's still getting, you know, he's still able to go viral. He knows how to go viral. He's reached that point with social media where you know what type of thing to post to go to that will do numbers, because it doesn't matter what the platform is. Once you've got your core audience, if you post something that you know your audience is gonna like and that can appeal to more people, that is how you grow. But obviously he had a high, and then when you're at a high, you know, it's hard to hit that high again. But this one here, posted in February, said, "Thank you, Lord Jesus." So clearly on his path to where he is now. I don't know this, but it seems like, you know, he's always been religious, but now he's decided to use his platform to fully just, you know what I'm saying, push his beliefs. And when you try and turn your platform into a religious platform, because we're going to take a look at someone called Jiddy
yeah, I mentioned you, John, as well in the first bit, but you can look here as well. Like, you can see, like, and listen, this is the fortune reality of the world we live in, man. Like, his views are not what it is. Like, look at, like, obviously these are crazy still views. These are crazy views. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Like 91k, 80k. Just all talking about God and stuff like that for a good reason and stuff like that. But I mean, this video, the reason why I one got 1.2 because it's more of a controversial thing, bashing other religion. That's the video I saw actually, and a lot of people doing like stitches on that. A lot of people like kind of like commentating like, oh, you shouldn't be all that type of stuff as well. And I think Tanks will probably explain this later on, but I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think this happened with Jidon as well, where a lot of content creators might turn into, you know, to do religious content for a bit. But for me, I always see a pattern where, not all the time, but some content creators where they go to religious paths thinking, yeah, I'm not thinking actually, they you know, they find God, all that type of stuff, which is a good thing, but then they see the views plummet and then they go back to their old content again. And this is what I think, this could happen again with Stepz or something like that. This could be another thing where people go into religious content, you know, just see what it is, and then they look at the views, and the views are not well popping, all that type of stuff, and now it's going to that. But for me, in an ideal world, it should be where religious content should be having 5 million views, 10 million views, all that type of stuff. But as I said, we do live in a corrupt world, so the world is not like that, where people would want to look at, obviously people would want to, like, millions of people would want to look at religious content all the time. So it's the fortune reality of the algorithm, and maybe TikTok might have a play for it. I don't know personally. I don't know for me personally. So as you guys can see, like, literally his views are not what is popping, what it is. But then when it comes to more of the, you know, controversial, or even his last like comedy skit stuff like that, it gets a load of views because that's the more entertaining thing. Unfortunately, it is.
Who did a similar thing, and then, well, he isn't doing it anymore. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to compare it to what Stepz is doing now. It was this video.
I don't know why my things look. Hold on, right, I'm gonna have to cut this out, man.
A lot of controversy. Hey, my people, if you're enjoying the video, if you could give it a like, it'd be very much appreciated. Chung Lee also asked if you guys could give it a like. It'd be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. W's in the chat.
I say Jesus is the only God and what gods in the Bible. Who said that?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Who said that? Who said it? Wait, where's he? I don't see it! It says here in Luke 4:18, Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring the good news. He has sent me to proclaim that captives.
And big ups, like, don't get twisted, I'm Catholic.
See, this is the problem as well. Like, actually, not a problem. This is the thing as well. Like, as I said, the video, there's no problem with it. Like, you know, he's preaching the gospel, he's preaching the Bible verse, and all that type of stuff as well, which is really good. But then you see the comments, like, you know, someone says Jesus on the only way. Okay, that's fine. Keep spreading the gospel, amen, brother. Don't listen to the hate. Keep going. See, that's a positive comment. But then when he get a bit down, it's kind of like, I mean, Stepz mass following, that's a good thing. But then he's like, but Islam is the truth. Alhamdulillah for Islam. And for me personally, like, these are the things that I just don't really like. Like, I don't, like, listen, all the Muslims, like, I have, like, Muslim friends and stuff like that. You preach what you want to do, like, at the end of the day, I have no problem with, like, any Muslims or anything like that. And I'm not trying to get myself into a rabbit hole either at the end of the day, but for me, that just will cause, like, for me, when people comment to that, it just causes division. It causes people to be like, no, Jesus this, or maybe even some other religion comes into play and like, no, this is the religion. Then it causes a clash and stuff like that. And that's the only problem I have with it. Like, yeah, cool, preach your religion, all that type of stuff. I don't have any, like, the comment, I don't have anything wrong with that. It's just that, unfortunately, people will backlash on that, like, no, it should be Jesus the way and stuff like that. For me personally, I think all religions lead to the same path, in my opinion, anyway. They believe in a creator, they believe, like, they go to paradise if they do well, they go to hell if they don't do well. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, in my opinion. So, at the end of the day, debating different religions, for me, it just causes unnecessary divide and conquer. And people will die for that. Wars and revolutions have been happening because of religion. So, it's absolutely crazy. So, that's the only thing I do not really like about it anyway. But yeah,
myself, but I don't open social media to see to be preached about religion all the time. You know, if I want that, if I'm in that type of mindset, I'm gonna go and seek it out myself, and that's a lot of other people. And this is a part of who Stepz is. And remember, like, people rock with Stepz because of his music, because of the comedy, and because of who he is. Your core fan base is always built off of people who feel like they know you, you know, feel like they're connected to you. But the majority of people are not really trying to take this in, you know, in the comment section. Like, at first, because it's kind kind of early days with him, like, you know, centering his content around Christianity, there's going to be support, which is what we saw with Gideon. You know, you can't not respect it. Like, same thing for rappers who, you know, end up quitting rap and focusing on their religion. You can't hate on it. You respect it. Why would you want to hate on that? You know what I mean? But people ain't trying to talk about religion all the time. You know, there are people who make their religion a huge part of their personality. That's fine. But when religion becomes your entire personality, it's like, you know what I mean? Because if you take a look at Gideon, he deleted a lot. He had way more videos on his main channel. He just deleted a lot of his videos because he wasn't happy with it. He made a video here explaining it, and it's because he found he got close to God. And I think it was Gideon Premium, if we can find it. Now you can see the type of content he posts, but I want to see if he left his preaching content up. Okay, I think he ended up taking it down. But there was one point where he turned one of his channels into just a Christian channel. Where
this is the thing I don't get though. I get obviously like maybe the backlash, because I did see a lot of comments. I remember when this happened, I was a bit like confused myself. I'm like, listen, I didn't have a problem with it. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm not a big fan of deleting videos. Like, you guys will know my most popular video, I keep mentioning that, I got a lot of hate in that comment, and I could easily be like deleting comments and stuff like that, but I don't work in that way. I mean what I said. I posted the video for a reason. I'm not gonna now, just because I got a bit of backlash and people didn't like it, you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna delete the video. That makes me look weak on my end. And for me, this is gonna be a bit controversial. It makes Gideon look weak. Yeah, it does make you look weak. You've deleted your old videos, cool, that's fine, but then you're deleting the Christian videos just to get back to your old videos. Like, do you see how that doesn't make sense? Do you really see how that doesn't make sense? So it just makes you look weak mentally, in my opinion. Whatever it is, like, for me, I don't delete videos unless obviously mad shit happens where I might get my channel banned, then yeah, I might have to delete it. But other than that, I'm not going to delete videos out of my choice or just some because I didn't like it. Like, there was some videos that I posted that I never really liked, but I'm not going to delete. I'm not really going to delete it because maybe it has not much views or people didn't like it. As I said, you're not going to get liked either way. The content he's doing now, most people like it, but there's some people won't like it. Maybe the Christian content, people are going to like it, people won't like it. So it is what it is. You can't make everyone happy. You can't make everyone happy. But yeah.
He was like, you know, debating people about religion, things like that, talking about religion all the time. And at first, initially, it's like people are going to respect it, but people ain't trying to watch that, bro. This is a business. People are here for entertainment. People are looking to be preaching about religion, and, you know, like, people are going to go and find that themselves. People didn't subscribe to you because of that. Even the core fans, your hardcore fans, they're going to watch you initially, but eventually they're going to start watching other people because they want to be entertained at the same time. And what Gideon ended up doing is he started making content, which is amazing, by the way, where, like, catching predators, like lining up people who were talking to, you know, young things and exposing them. And he makes it entertaining. It's still the Gideon that we, you know, all grew up, you know, loving. And he's able to do good. But you guys know my opinion on a lot of these catch predator people, you know, like, yeah, you're catching weirdos, but at the same time, it seems like you're doing a bit too much. Like, Gideon's not one of them, but for a lot of these type of catch a predator people, I'd be thinking, let's check your hard drive, actually. For every finger you point at someone else, always point 2 fingers at yourself, you know. That's one thing. That's one way I view things all the time. Because if you even look at guys like Cycling Mikey, you'll be thinking, yo, this guy.
Cycling Mikey, fuck me, man. I need to do a video on Cycling Mikey. If there's a reaction video that comes to Cycling Mikey, man, let me know, because I'm definitely gonna do that.
Guy's doing way too much. Like, what? Like, let's look at you, and then when you look at him, it's like, oh, his parents were killed by a drunk driver in another country.
But let's be honest, man. If you want to really get into this conspiracy theorist thing as well, like if they really didn't like what he's doing, people, you'd get arrested by now. But the governments are probably funding him. They probably want this to happen.
Zimbabwe, you know what I mean? But they were killed by a drunk driver, so it makes sense why he does what he does. And also in the religious community, you know, like the Speaker's Corners type community, yeah, people who debate religion, things like that. You even look at guys like Sneeko, who converted to Islam, started basing a lot of his content around him being a follower of Islam, converting. But when you start preaching religion, it's like, okay, now you're held to a different standard. It's like if you mess up or do something, it's like, oh, well, you're preaching this.
With Sneeko's content, because I've been watching Sneeko as well. I used to watch Sneeko all the time. I don't watch him much now, but I really have a problem with the guy. He just made really good content and stuff like that. I've seen a bit of his content now. He doesn't really do much about Islam, really. And I think as well, the thing I hate about people is the what do you call those people? You know, I mean, they call them the haram police, innit? Like the sin police and stuff like that. Oh, brother, it's haram to do, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, Like, you're the same person, like, bro. You do the same thing, man. At the end of the day, like, you can't judge other people when you do it and look at yourself as the preacher or as the chosen one when you're not. It's just narcissistic at the end of the day. It's just like, yo, you're not that guy, bro. Like,
you're this, you're meant to be this. So what are you doing? It allows people to judge you even more and criticize you even more.
True.
That's why I think having a community that follows you because of religion is one of the most toxic communities you could have, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Because the belief is the only person who can judge you is God, but at the same time, people are going to criticize you. It's like, what? You're meant to be a Christian. What are you doing? Oh, you're meant to be a Muslim. What are you doing? And you choose to open yourself up to that. You know what I mean? Even here, Stepz previews a gospel song.
When I rap, don't plan it. Aye, more time fighting these demons.
And you know what? I don't want to get copyrighted by Stepz, but I respect this because Stepz sees what he needs to do. You know, he wants to be a rapper. He wants to make music. I know in Islam, music is haram, but in Christianity, I don't think it is. But in my opinion, anyway, in the modern world we live in, bro, everything we do is haram. Everything we do is against the Bible anyway. Not everything literally, but nearly everything. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a verse in the Bible that will say that what I'm doing is wrong because I make content. You know what I mean? You can find a verse for everything. But if Stepz is able to keep making his music, but at the same time preach his message, which is what he wants to do, preach the gospel, preach positivity, preach Jesus Christ, which I have every belief he can successfully do, bro. Credit to him. For me, my relationship with God is with myself. It's in here. I don't publicize my relationship with God, and I've learned over time that when things are good, you need to thank God when things are good, which is what I've been doing, because I believe God is real, because I believe God saved me from losing my mind. When my grandmother passed, really messed me up, you know, really messed me up. Still, like, whenever our anniversary comes by, I go off the rails. You know, I don't go fully off the rails, but I'll catch myself, you know, doing drugs or something like that. You know what I mean? Just something to escape reality. Because I lost my auntie, I lost my uncle, and I lost my grandmother. And at the same time now, my uncle's in the hospital, you know? So that's been a lot on my mind recently. But you know what it is? Everybody goes through stuff. Everybody's going through what they got to go through.
100%, man. 100%. Like, listen, what Tax is saying is absolutely true. Like, for me, even myself as well, like, I wouldn't publicize myself as, like, for me, I would never go into the situation where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna preach everything about me being a Christian, stuff like that, because there's stuff that I do that I truthfully do good, but there's times stuff I'm bad as well. I'm not a clear example. I don't want to be telling people what to do or anything like that. As I said, this is what I told you about what I do in my channel, stuff like that. I don't tell people what to do. I'm kind of first documenting my journey about, you know, making sure I want to be successful and achieve my goals. And I want to build a community, because I know a lot of people, as I said, are in the same position as me, where they're kind of like, they may be my age, you know, they're maybe working 9 to 5 or in uni, they really want to be successful, but they don't know where to go, or they don't have the guidance, or they might be thinking they're the lonely ones, or they might have, like, they might be suffering, they might be going drugs and stuff like that. A multitude of reasons why and stuff like that. And that's my, like, I would say that's kind of like my speciality and stuff like that, because I don't want people to be alone. I want to really, like, help people, like, because I said where the world's going and stuff like that, I want to help people, like, just, I want to mean help people. I don't mean like force them to do it, just give them guidance, like, yo, there's another way of doing it and stuff like that. And that's what I want to say, like, for me, my personal relationship with God and stuff like that is in me as well. Like, for me personally, no one really knows personally, like, no one will know, like, my relationship with God, like, no one will ever know end of the day, like, and that's just how it is. Like, I'll keep it private, and I think that's the best way of doing it, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. It's not a fact, you know. I say it's just an opinion. Some people have different ways. Some people want to do it public, go public, and all that type of stuff. You go ahead and do it. I'm not going to be the one shouting at you or getting triggered, because that's your belief.
Job to do, that's to entertain you guys every single day. When my grandma passed, we went to Grenada, more specifically Carriacou, an island just off of Grenada, which is a part of Grenada, which is where my family's from, and we buried her there. And when my family, we all flew there together, and I was meant to fly back with them, but I didn't fly back with them. I ended up just going on a bender in America. I didn't care about life anymore. I wouldn't say I was feeling suicidal, but I just thought, what is the point? You know, my grandma's dead. Like, what is the point of life? Like, what am I doing this all for when my grandma's just passed? I really didn't care about anything. I was in New York, Philadelphia, Jersey, Denver, Vegas, Los Angeles. Ended up getting arrested in Utah for speeding, because I did a road trip from Denver to, you know, LA, Vegas, because I had a Z allowed on me. Because in America, when you're flying domestically, bro, you can fly with loud. It's really not that deep if you're going to another state where it's legal. But because I just come from California, Nevada, I'm thinking, yeah, Utah, like, where the state I was going to end up in, Colorado, which I was going to to fly back to New York from. Loud is legal in all of them places, but in Utah it's not. So when I got pulled, like, he saw a pot, he searched the car, found a Z on me, I got arrested. I didn't really care. I was still in this mindset of, bro, who cares, you know? Took some fat L's in Vegas. I was putting too much on the line in Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Just risking everything. But it was when I was in Jersey, New Jersey with a friend of mine out there, and I'm not taking the piss here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this is literally when God saved me. Was in a hotel in Jersey. She was giving me heads. Like, she was sitting down, I was standing up, like, window, like the curtains are undrawn and we're looking into a car park. Like, we were just high as hell, talking on my zoot while I'm getting brizz, and then out of nowhere snapped back into reality. And the way I was so mentally messed up, for me to just be snapped back into normal like that was God. I'm telling you. It's like God realized, oh my God, I need to save this. I need to save you. You know what I mean? You just, like, you can't be like. From that point on, patting myself up. Shortly after that, went back to Grenada, spent a bit more time with the family out there, and then I just came back to the UK. You know what I mean? So that's one experience for me. You know, that's why I believe God is real. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about Stepz. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you disagree with me? What do you think about this whole situation? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.
Yeah, that's it for the reaction video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that, man. And that was literally the episode of basically about Stepz' journey. And my overall thoughts of it, as I said, you know, he's doing his own thing. For me, I don't really care, bro. I'll be honest, man. I don't really care. Like, for me, I have the mentality, right, that I'm not investing in other people's lives. And I think a lot of people have this problem where, like, you know, they invested so much in people's lives that they don't care about themselves. They just kind of care about other people's lives, and I don't operate in that way in the day. So what he's doing in terms of being a Christian preacher, as I said, everyone has free will, and I truly believe in free speech. Like, I truly believe everyone can say whatever they want and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, that's how we're brought up, and I think that's how God would want us to be, like, you know what I mean? So as I said, he's doing his own thing. I hope he has a successful life. He's doing really well for himself. The stuff about, you know, I know he's bashing the religious, I don't agree with personally, but as I said, that's on him. At the end of the day, he can't complain about the backlash he will get any day, and all that type of stuff as well. But as I said, I hope you guys did enjoy the reaction video. As I said, something a little bit different. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, good stuff as well. As I said, and also the original video for this Tanks video, I will put in the link in the description as well. So if you guys do want to watch it again, just kind of like less of my commentary and all that type of stuff will be much appreciated, stuff like that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Peace.